everybody, Jefferson Webster here. I apologize for the delay, guys. I know I was supposed to put out a video a month ago, but I got a little busy. Sorry about that. Today I wanted to talk about Star Fox, and yes, it's the 25th anniversary of the franchise, and I have some exciting news. I recently obtained a Star Fox conference line, so we'll be able to talk to the crew from Star Fox. Yes, guys, Slippy, Peppy, Falco, and even Fox McCloud. Unfortunately, my dog Peanut had to do some horrible things with General Pepper. Regardless, let's see what we've got here. Well, it's a little early, but let me see if we can get on the conference line.
Welcome to the Star Fox conference line. You are now in the meeting.
Damn it.
Fox? Fox McCloud, is that you? Alright, seriously, what the hell? Is anyone on the line that speaks English? Okay, that one just sounded like fart noises. Alright, well, I guess we'll try again later. You could say that Star Fox's beginnings started earlier with the Amiga based on the Starglider series, or the Atari with a game actually titled Star Fox, but I'm going to tell you a different origin story. The story of Star Fox begins in the late 80s, and it comes from a 16-year-old programmer named Dylan Cuthbert. Dylan, employed by Argonaut Software, programmed a pirated game for the Nintendo Game Boy utilizing three-dimensional wireframe graphics. This pirated game was shown to Nintendo representatives at a 1989 conference. The folks from Nintendo were blown away with what they had seen. Dylan and Argonaut CEO Jez San were flown to Japan to meet with Nintendo executives, and the rest is history. The pirated game eventually became known as X and was released on the Game Boy in Japan in 1992. The game really isn't anything special now, but back in the day this was quite the achievement. It was the first 3D portable video game ever released. It was really more of a demo of what was to come in the next year on the SNES. Recently, a Japanese game magazine referred to the game as one of the 4 most influential Game Boy games ever released. As for the plot and gameplay, your guess is as good as mine. This game is only in Japanese, and I'm far too lazy to dig into this. I have no idea what the hell they're saying. The important thing here is that Argonaut Games had delivered Nintendo an innovative approach to a scrolling shooter game. With that, Shigeru Miyamoto had the graphics and gameplay that he wanted for a new video game franchise. Now he had to come up with characters and a story. Miyamoto found his inspiration for a fox character at a shrine in Kyoto, Japan. He decided to lean into this fox character and expand upon that universe with other animals. Now I'm going to call out what everyone is thinking. Star Fox is just a blatant ripoff of the Star Wars franchise, but who cares? Who doesn't like Star Wars? Plus, I'd be ecstatic if they used some of the game engines for Star Fox in a Star Wars game, or even if they crossed them over. That would be incredible. Star Fox was released on the SNES in 1993 and developed in partnership with Argonaut Games. Here's a little inside baseball for you. The game featured the first ever FX chip which Argonaut developed. The chip was created to handle various lines of code faster. Otherwise, the original SNES hardware would not be able to handle the frame rates for the 3D polygons in the game. The game doesn't look like much now, but at the time it was amazing. There isn't much to the plot. The Star Fox team, a group of space anthropomorphic mercenaries, are hired to protect their home world of Corneria, fighting an evil scientist named Andros. One of the unique things about the game is there were different paths to completion, adding more levels and increased difficulty. This really added to the replay value of the game. The game was well received, leading to the development of Star Fox 2, which is likely the most controversial game in the franchise. The game was fully developed once again by Argonaut Games, but was cancelled shortly before its scheduled release in 1996. The reason for the cancellation was the concurrent development of Star Fox 64. The game, not developed by Argonaut, had many similar features and game modes from Star Fox 2. Miyamoto wanted a clean break from the two consoles. Additionally, Nintendo was in a fight with the next-gen consoles of the Sony PlayStation and the Sega Saturn, so they wanted to put their best foot forward. Personally, I think Nintendo could have delayed the release of Star Fox 64 and put out Star Fox 2. The game was released in 2017 on the SNES Classic as a hidden game, and the reception was mixed. IGN panned the game, giving it 5 out of 10, and called it the worst game on the SNES Classic. If you suspend belief and take yourself back to 1996, this is a pretty good game. The game follows an even less linear path as the first game, allowing you to move the ship anywhere for level selection. It also introduces new gameplay modes and vehicles. The plot is basically the same. Andros is back, and he's still a dick. The game is short, and it isn't anything spectacular, but I certainly don't think it deserves any criticism 20 years after its development. If you take yourself back, go back and give it a chance. And now we come to the crown jewel of the franchise, Star Fox 64. This is the best Star Fox game in my opinion. The game was released in 1997 and came out with the first Rumble Pack for the N64. The controls, graphics, and gameplay are phenomenal. In fact, this game is still fun to play today. The game featured new play modes, a similar sort of non-linear level structure as in the first Star Fox, and character dialogue. This game is regarded as one of the best games on the N64, and also as one of the best video games of all time. It is so beloved that Nintendo released a remake on the 3DS years later in 2011. The game, very similar to the original, has updated graphics, dialogue, and control features. The multiplayer battle mode was stepped up, allowing 3DS owners to have 4-player battles via LAN. It's a solid game for the 3DS. Check it out. Alright, let's give this another shot.
Welcome to the Star Fox conference line. You are now in the meeting.
Life form indicated at 12 o'clock.
Hello, is anyone from the Star Fox crew there?
Not yet, sir!
Good lord, why are you yelling?
Huh? What?
Hello, who is on the line?
That's our leader.
Oh, great. Well, I'd like to ask you guys a couple of questions about your experiences over the last 25 years. Is that okay?
I'll pass, Fox.
Is that Falco? Oh, come on, buddy, it won't be that bad.
I ain't your buddy. Go away!
Ah, come on. My handful of YouTube subscribers would really appreciate it.
I guess I should be thankful.
Yeah, this is free publicity so you can sell your new game that's coming out.
I guess you're good for something.
Is there anyone on the line that isn't a huge prick? Fox, are you there? Can I talk to you?
Too late. Game over, pal.
What's going on? He's running away.
So you guys don't want to answer my questions?
Oh, no, sir. We prefer doing things our own way.
And what way is that?
He can sure be a pain in the neck.
Ah, Falco, you suck!
You have been muted by Fox McCloud.
Thanks, Fox. I'm sure he's learned his lesson.
Damn it. Well, I'm not giving up yet, guys. Star Fox Adventures was released in 2002 on the Nintendo GameCube. Its origins can be traced back to a game called Dinosaur Planet, which was developed by Rare. The game almost suffered a similar fate as Star Fox 2, as it was set to release on the back end of the N64's lifespan. The game ultimately developed for the GameCube was repurposed based on the success of Star Fox 64. Therefore, you'll note seeing new characters, planets, and some very odd storylines. The plot has an awkward love story involving Fox McCloud and a new character named Crystal. There's a bunch of angry dinosaurs, and you know what? Who gives a shit? A lot of people really like this game, but I just find it strange. It's really just an inferior version of Ocarina of Time. Star Fox Assault was released for the GameCube in 2005. Developed by Namco, this game returns to Star Fox's roots of space combat, but they also try to expand on third-person shooter levels, which fall somewhat flat. The game takes place 1 year after Star Fox Adventures, with something called Aperoids taking over. This concept of a being that can take over people has been used countless times in video games and movies. I feel like Nintendo was just getting lazy with the 2 installments on the GameCube. There are a bunch of missions where it feels like you're just doing the same thing over and over again. Additionally, the dialogue seems to be targeted at a much younger audience.
We hibernate! I must bring an end to our relationship! Die! Ha 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 ha! Don't make me laugh.
I felt like I was watching a lame cartoon with my nephews. Regardless, I do like the gameplay on the R-Wing stages. In 2006, Star Fox Command was released for the 3DS. The game, developed by Dylan Cuthbert, now at Q Games, was the first Star Fox game to be on a handheld device, if you don't include X on Game Boy. The game offered an online player option and uses the touchscreen to control your ship, which I'm not particularly a fan of. Each character ship has different abilities, which is a nice change. Command takes place around 2 to 3 years after Star Fox Assault and has 9 possible endings, adding some replay value. However, none of these endings dramatically differ in the overall story arc for the game. It's a very average addition to the franchise. During the release of the game, Nintendo partnered up with Kellogg's for a shitty watch game. Yeah, remember these? They're all terrible. Well, if you bought cornflakes, and we all know kids love cornflakes, you could mail it in and get this thing for free. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the sequel to X, which is Xscape on the DS, once again developed by Dylan Cuthbert at Q Games. It was released in 2010 and was only available for download on the DSi download service, so I haven't played it, but here are some screenshots. It's a 3D shooter on a portable device. Looks like it uses the command controls. Okay, we'll see if they're on the conference line once again. See if they're in a better mood.
You are now in the meeting.
Jeez Louise, what is that? Looks like we've got company.
It's quiet. Too quiet. Everybody stay alert!
Something's up ahead. Looks different.
Let's have a little fun.
Guys, what are you doing?
They're everywhere! Jeez! Can anyone take care of it? Let me get a piece of that action, Fox. Try a somersault! Jeez, quit moving around.
Try hovering!
Try hovering? What the hell are you guys doing?
They're on me! I'm getting careless!
I'll take care of you.
Hey, what's the big idea?
Take care of the guy behind me, Fox! These guys don't quit. I've got the right. I'll take the left.
Hey, he was mine.
How many people are in that conference room?
If I go down, I'm taking you with me.
How about this?
Here comes a big one.
Oh boy, this is getting weird.
What the heck is that? Let's see what you've got. I've underestimated you.
Aha! Thought you could hide from me, eh? I've got you now. Things are starting to heat up.
Ah! Cocky little freak!
Oh dear.
I didn't expect to have to use this.
Yeah!
It can't be happening!
It's too hot. I can't take it anymore.
Don't relax. We're not done yet.
I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, I'm not sticking around to find out where that's headed. After no official Star Fox release on the Wii, Star Fox returns to home consoles with the release of Star Fox Zero on the Nintendo Wii U in 2016. The game was originally intended for the Wii console, but Nintendo repurposed it for the Wii U, causing a delay in the launch date. The game was developed by Nintendo and Platinum Games. For this game, Miyamoto wanted to create an episodic story similar to Thunderbirds, a 60s television show. The game is neither a prequel nor a sequel to previous games in the franchise. The game was controlled using the Wii U's gamepad for motion controls, which a lot of people have complained about, but I don't see a huge problem with it. In this game, your R-Wing can transform into other vehicles like the Landmaster debuting in Star Fox 2. This game was the first Star Fox game to use those bullshit amiibo things. More on that later. As for the reaction, it was mixed. Fans discussed the controls, story, and length of the game. Some have even criticized the game as a reimagining of Star Fox 64. However, I really like this game. In fact, I think it's the second best game in the franchise next to Star Fox 64. Packaged with Star Fox Zero was this game, Star Fox Guard. The price says it all, folks. This game is very loosely tied to Star Fox. Basically, it is a tower game where Slippy has developed cameras with guns on them for her Uncle Grippy's mining company. Essentially, you have robots coming in to try to destroy the mining equipment, and guns are the only defense. You control the cameras with the Wii U touchpad, then you shoot the robots with the cameras. I'm not sure why they didn't just include this as a mission or a minigame in Zero, but it was available as a digital download in the Wii U eShop. As I played this game, I kept waiting for something funny or weird to happen, but instead, it's just kind of boring. I guess I'll just have to rely on Sega CD's Night Trap for those shenanigans. The game had some potential. If you implemented some RTS and additional multiplayer features, you may have had something here. In October of this year, Ubisoft released Starlink. The game was released on all three current-gen consoles, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and the Nintendo Switch. However, those crafty Nintendo marketers were able to get exclusivity and get the Star Fox crew into the Nintendo Switch version. The game is packaged with a toy, which you can use as an interactive feature in the game. Evidently, if you remove a gun and add one to the toy, it occurs in the game. The toy for my version of this game is still in the box because, well, I'm an adult. Maybe if I were a small child, I'd be amped about this, but it seems like a cash grab to me. You don't need these toys to advance in the game, so I just say avoid it unless you are a collector or a man-child. As for the game, I have a lot to say, but I'll try to keep it short. There's a lot to like about this game. The graphics, weapons, ship customization, and gameplay are all solid. However, the missions are incredibly monotonous. Go get this thing and bring it back to this alien guy. This game is somewhat open world, but I still felt trapped in a linear storyline. Also, I felt like the game was too easy. Overall, the game is just average for me. I think a lot of people are high on this game due to the fact that it's so new and the added bonus of getting Star Fox characters on a next-gen console. And don't get me wrong, I do like the integration of Star Fox into the game. It makes sense due to the fact that they're mercenaries. Also, it's pretty cool that Nintendo is willing to partner with other franchises, so perhaps we'll see more crossovers in the future. So when we talk about the Star Fox... That's weird. I don't recognize that number. Let's see who it is. It might be important. I'll put the speaker on. Hello, this is Jefferson Webster.
What's taking you so long, Fox? Yeah! It's working! Good job. Keep up the pace. Here they come. Don't go too fast, Falco.
Never give up. Trust your instincts.
Just shoot it, Fox. Aim for his back. Brace yourselves. Ah!
It's foolish to come against me.
Yes! You did it!
Maybe it's an arm. Aim for the arm. Incoming. Ah! What's the big idea, Fox? I can't stop it!
There you go.
This is horrible.
Go for the chest.
Incoming!
Ah! These guys just keep coming.
Take that!
These guys are crazy. You're very lucky.
I can see the look on their stupid faces.
Let's clean up this mess.
Oh no!
It's time for us to go now. Somebody's gonna pay for all this. I saw my life flash before my eyes. This brings back memories of your dad.
You're becoming more like your father.
Father?
What in the... was that? Holy hell. That was disgusting. Oh no. Oh no, gotta hurry. Hurry, 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 hurry. Get up, lid. Oh no, Peanut, not you too. Don't eat it. Oh, Peanut. At least I got you in the kitchen. Over the years, Nintendo has made efforts to expand upon the Star Fox franchise, making them a part of the Nintendo brand. Star Fox characters have made a number of appearances in Nintendo games such as the Super Smash Bros. Series, WarioWare Smooth Moves, and Super Mario Maker. All of these are good for getting a dose of Star Fox nostalgia. In fact, Fox, Falco, and Wolf will once again make an appearance in Smash Bros. Ultimate, coming out on the Nintendo Switch December 7th of this year. If you have a Switch, check it out. There were a few games that didn't receive the fortune of an eventual release like Star Fox 2. A Star Fox Virtual Boy game was developed but cancelled. I suppose we dodged a bullet there. An arcade game was in the works which could have been great, but it wasn't meant to be, I suppose. Also, there were plans for a Star Fox Warriors game. This would have been a ground and pound game using the Dynasty Warriors engine, similar to Hyrule Warriors released on the Wii U and Switch. It was sacked as Nintendo felt like the characters were not a good fit. I think they still could do it as characters could call in airstrikes on enemies. Oh well, perhaps someday we'll talk about Dynasty Warrior games. Overall, I really do like the Star Fox franchise. However, game development has yet to capture the magic of Star Fox 64. Nintendo keeps experimenting with new gameplay, characters, and storylines. And I'm optimistic that someday we'll get an immersive open-world Star Fox with a great story and, well, less anthropomorphic orgies. Well guys, have a good one. That's it.